Hi, how are you? Last time we met we talked about the present simple in affirmative. Now today this is the second video about present simple and we're going to be talking about questions and negations. Well, welcome back to Grammar Time, nice to have you here. I'm Yosha, let's go.
Hi, welcome back to Grammar Time. This is Yosha speaking, and today we're going to be working on your grammar.
So, let's go right into it. As I said, today we're talking about questions and negation in the present simple. To start with, let's simply do a little recap of present simple affirmative. Here you've got the table with subject, verb and object. And as you see, it would be I play football, you play football, he, she, it plays football, we, they play football. So it's always the base form. And in third person singular, with he, she, it, we have to add this s. We use the present simple for habits and routines, for feelings, opinions, thoughts, and for general facts. So, let's take a look at Teens Today once more. Here we've got a little chat between Julie and Dan. Julie says, "Hi Dan, I'm walking Bruno later on. Do you want to meet up at the park?" "Yeah, I do. What time?" "Do you have time at 5 o'clock?" "No, I don't. I've got a lot of homework. Do you want to meet up a bit later? Like around 7? "Poor you. I don't have any homework today. But yeah, 7 sounds great. See you at 7? "See you at 7. Right, so they're making the state. And, well, let's take a look at the language. Do you want to meet up? "I do." "Do you have time at 5 o'clock? "No, I don't." "Do you want to meet up a bit later?" "I don't have any homework today." Okay, so this is what we're talking about today. Questions, negations, and we've got a short answer there. Okay, so let's take a very good look at these again. Do you want to meet up? "I do." "I don't have any homework today." What do they have in common? Well, one word. Do. Do is my favorite word of all times, my favorite verb at any rate. So, it's an auxiliary, a helping verb. That is, a verb that you need to do something in grammar. And in the case of do, what we need it for is questions and negations. It works for both present simple and for past simple, which we'll talk about another day. Okay, so let's once more take a look back at affirmative. We've got the good old table here with subject, verb and object. The subject is I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. The object, last time we used football. So, well, I and you play football. He, she, it plays football with the S. We, you, they play football. Now, how does this change in the negative? Remember, you need do, or rather do and not, and you can contract them. So, I and you don't play football. He, she, it doesn't play football. We, you, they don't play football. So it works just like an affirmative, only we need this do as well, and of course not. Once more, pay attention to he, she, it, to third person singular. You've got the s there, or rather es, that's the way you write it. So he, she, it doesn't play football. I or you don't play football. We, you, they don't play football. Let's practice this a bit. Let's make a question out of this first of all. Do you play tennis? Okay, and no. Make the negation. Transform do you play tennis into a negative sentence. You don't play tennis. See this don't? That's important. That's the way you make the negation. What about this one? Alicia and like. Let's talk about Star Wars. Does Alicia like Star Wars? Yeah, the negation would be Alicia doesn't like Star Wars. Very good. And what about these two? They're studying together. So, do they study alone? Make the negative. They don't study alone. Very well done. Okay, this much for negation. Let's take a look at the questions. I've got an example here. They go to school together. Now, how do you make the question? Remember, you need do. So, do they go to school together? Here it is, my good old friend, do. Let's take a look at Alyssa here. Alyssa sings in a band. Take a look at the S as well. It's third person singular. Alyssa, she. Now the question. Does Alyssa sing in a band? And you see here, do and the S. So, does Alyssa sing in a band? What we do is you add do or does before the subject. So, the form is auxiliary, that's do, the subject, the person who does things, and infinitive, the verb in its base form. And don't forget the question mark. So, in Spanish you can also say, las preguntas se hacen así, auxiliary, subject, infinitive. Let's practice this a bit. Let's start with Georgiana here. Georgiana plays volleyball. Can you make a question? Does Georgiana play volleyball? Do and play are both there, so does Georgiana play volleyball? Once more, don't forget the S. There's another one here. They're reading together and it looks like they like it, so they like reading together. Can you make a question? Do they like reading together? Very well done. And one more. This guy's listening to music, and now we're talking about you and if you do it often. So, you often listen to music. Make the question. Do you often listen to music? Very well done. So, well, that's basically it for now. Let's sum up a bit. For questions and negations in the present simple, you need the auxiliary verb do. So, I play football becomes do I play football as a question, or I don't play football in negation. Also, you always have to remember the S, so in third person singular it's a bit different. She plays football. She doesn't play football. Does she play football? And finally, you need do also for those short answers like yes I do, no you don't, no she doesn't, whatever. What you do there is you simply use the subject and the auxiliary verb to do in its affirmative or negative form. As you see, present simple stays kind of simple. Alright, so that's basically it for today. What you have to do now is practice, 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 because, yeah, practice makes better. Thanks for dropping by. Please like and subscribe, and see you around. Bye!